Welcome to the Toast for 2024. My name is Allison. I have a YouTube channel called Muñecas, Pupes, and Dolls. Now, on my channel every February, in collaboration with a podcast called In the Doll World, we do a world celebration of black dolls. And Rachel asked me to do a program for you guys about black dolls to show you some of the diversity that's available at different budget points for dolls in our collecting universe. So I'm going to start with dolls that are under $100, and everything you see on this table is $100. And another thing I'm proud to say about everything on this table is everything on this table is either founded by, created by, or owned by black creators. So I think that's very important to know as well with this selection of dolls that we have. So I'm going to start over here with our more fashion type dolls. Actually, we have more fashion dolls than this, but in the front we have Karma's World dolls. Now these are very inexpensive dolls. You can get them for less than $20 each. This Karma's World was founded by, if you know the rapper, Ludacris, okay? His daughter's name is Karma Christine, and this was founded when she was young. She's an adult now, but there's a cartoon, there's a whole lot of materials, but the dolls are so cute. I think they are the cutest dolls. They've got boy dolls. There's other dolls besides these, but I just think these dolls are adorable. These are the two that I have in my collection, and they're very good dolls. Like this doll, she has little barrettes, lots of fun accessories for play. So these are definitely great play dolls, but they're also really good collectible dolls. So I really like that about, I collect a lot of different types of dolls. You're going to see that in this video. I love everything from the playline dolls you can buy at Walmart or Target up to the really exclusive sort of artist dolls. So anyway, I think these dolls are great. I was a big, or I still am, I guess, Ludacris fan. I saw him in concert when I was at Clemson University about 1,000 years ago. But anyway, I just think it's so cool that he actually has a hand in the creation of some really cool dolls. So the next dolls I'm going to show you are from the Fresh dolls. Now the Fresh dolls are founded by Dr. Lisa. Dr. Lisa is on Instagram. You can follow her. She is a very inspiring woman. She has built this company. There are so many different types of dolls that she's been releasing because she saw the need in the market for more diversity of dolls, and so she has released this collection and many more under her umbrella of brands, and I think they're really cool. So I'm going to talk to you first about this doll in purple. The doll in purple is the more playline version of her dolls. I have seen them at Walmart. I've seen them at Target, I've seen them at Marshall's, I've seen them in a lot of different places. So these dolls are very accessible, very available, under $15 each. They have pretty good articulation for a doll of that price point. I love too the shape of this doll's body because she has got a little bit of a thicker, curvier body, which I really appreciate. I got this doll because she's dressed in purple, and purple is my favorite color, and she has earrings, and I really like her hairstyle too. I think it's really pretty. So you've got, like I said, these hinge joints in the elbows. The wrists are jointed. No, the wrists are not jointed. Sorry, I've just got her arm turned around. But you've got the hinge joint in the elbows and the knees, which is really nice for a play doll at this price point. And there's a huge variety of these dolls, okay? They're really, really available, accessible, beautiful dolls. Now, Fresh Dolls also has a line of collector dolls, sort of like Barbie Black Label. I think they might call it Black. Do they call it Black Label? I can't remember. But this doll is from their collector's line. This is Shuri from Black Panther. And I really like the detail that they do with these dolls. They come with a stand, and these dolls you can get for under $50. They do have articulated wrists, so that's what they have more articulation, and it's a little bit more refined articulation in these collectible sort of dolls, that this line of dolls that they have. And then you've got more attention to detail with the outfits. The faces are a little bit more refined and less, there's nothing wrong with this face, but you can tell a difference between the paint jobs of the two faces, right? So there's a little bit more detail and nuance in the face of the collector level doll, and so I really like that. Plus, of course, you're getting accessories with this doll that you don't get with the playline dolls. So I think it's really cool that, and it's really inspiring to me. Dr. Lisa's story is really inspiring. If you're not following her, go follow her over on Instagram. Because she's out there working hard every day, and I just enjoy seeing the motivational things she posts. As a woman, and I don't own my own business, but as a woman in the corporate world, I really enjoy seeing her posts. So not just as a doll collector, but as a woman in the business world. So anyway, this is this is one of their Fresh Dolls collectible line dolls. Now the other doll I'm going to show you is a naturalista. Naturalistas I have seen at Target. I'm not sure if they're in other stores. They probably are. I think they're gorgeous. So what I really like about naturalistas is they have a lot of sparkly clothes. I really enjoy the outfit choices that come with these dolls, and I also like that they too have more of a unique shape than just your standard Barbie. Now they're going to fit in your Barbie stuff, but they just are a little bit more distinctive. They are different, and I really like that. I love the different hairstyles that are available with these dolls, and I think they're really, really pretty, and they're really elegant. So I feel like almost with the Fresh dolls, they're more like a fun doll. Like, I don't know how to say, they're very pretty fun dolls. These are like really elegant, classy, like dolls. So I like both. Obviously I have both in my collection, but maybe this would be for maybe an older child, where this would be for a little bit of a younger child. However, these dolls are not as articulated as the Fresh dolls, so I do much more appreciate the Fresh dolls articulation. But both great dolls, and very accessible price point, which I think is also really important. All right, the next doll I'm going to show you is a favorite of mine. This doll was created in collaboration with Creative Soul, who has made it their mission to show children of color in different artistic kind of backgrounds and photography. So their photography is amazing. And what they did with Disney, so this is a collaboration with Disney, is they took classic princesses, like this is Cinderella, there's Aurora, I think they did Snow White, Belle, I think they did 6 different princesses. I can't remember which all ones, but they did Rapunzel, I do remember that. I got the Cinderella doll. I love her, and what they did is they took these dolls, or these princesses, and added more Afrocentric kind of designs to them, and I think these dolls are so gorgeous. They're available, I think they're around $60 or $65 from Shop Disney. I think they're so much fun. I think the gowns are gorgeous. Now, the quality of the fabrics is not great. Like, this is kind of like playline sort of quality, but the printing on it looks great. So as long as you're not, feeling the fabrics, like some of us here at VDC are really spoiled by the quality of the clothing that we get for our Grace and Elowen dolls. The quality is not here with this, but it does look good. And I love her big blue sapphire earrings. I love her hairstyle. She does have an articulated elbow. She comes with this really cute carriage purse, like a little handbag. I think that's so cute. Now her legs are just kind of like a rubbery leg, and they don't bend and click. So that, I think I would rather have, for that price point, another like articulated leg with like a joint in the knee. But anyway, I do think they're very beautiful. I think for the price point, they could be a little better quality, but I still love the doll. Like, I wouldn't return the doll, if that makes sense. Like, I'm still really happy to have her in my collection, but I just have to put that little warning out there. But the dolls that they've created for this collection are beautiful, and they are still available. So you can get those now from Shop Disney, and just really, really, really gorgeous dolls. All right, the next dolls that I'm going to show you are the Harper Iman dolls. Now, these dolls are fabric dolls, so these are the only dolls up here that are actually not like plastic or vinyl, which I really like. If you're someone kind of like me who's thought more about sustainability, fabric is a little bit of a more, depending on the type of fabric. But they use like natural linens and cottons and things like that to create their dolls, and I just think they're so sweet. Now, these are available, they were available at Target. I'm honestly not sure if they're still there or not. I have not been haunting the toy aisles of Target lately like I used to do for my own safety, but I think these dolls are so sweet. The level of detail in their outfits, and I think they're really amazing dolls. Now, they are created by a mother and daughter pair who was making these dolls, and they were like making one-of-a-kind dolls and selling them, and it was one of those situations where the dolls were really popular and they couldn't make enough dolls for everybody. We've all been there where everybody wants to buy a doll from a really coveted artist and you just can't do it. And so they ended up doing this deal where they made these dolls and they made them more available and accessible. Now, they were a little bit more expensive. They were, I say that, they were $35. $35 is not expensive for a doll of this quality, but it's not in your $12, $15 playline range at Target. So I think these dolls are great. I love, again, the attention to detail on them and all the different styles that were available or are available with these dolls. They're still active on Instagram. I'm just not sure if you can still get them at Target. And then the last doll we're going to talk about at this price point is Healthy Roots Zoe. Now, Zoe also is available at Target, and I believe they have her at Walmart too. She is under $100, somewhere in that range. The thing with Healthy Roots Zoe is that she is designed to have hair play and teach children how to take care of their hair. And so I think that's really cool about her. I think she's a really pretty doll. She also, one of the things I like to point out about especially 18-inch dolls is when they have this vinyl chest plate, it makes a lot of the clothes look really good because you can do like sleeveless shirts and like swimsuits and things like that. And I just think it's a little bit more elegant if you're a collector. Like, obviously it's a playline doll, but when you're collecting dolls, that kind of does make a difference because it opens up your wardrobe a little bit. If you understand what I'm saying there, it's just like a nice elegant touch. I kind of scratched her vinyl there, but you can buff that out But anyway, she is available at your big stores. This is in the, obviously I'm in the US, I'm talking about US stores. I'm not sure how readily available these things are in countries outside the US, but I would imagine they're fairly available. So these are the dolls that I really love in my collection that are under $100. If you're looking to add some diversity to your collection, if you're looking to just have some nice dolls that were created by Black creators in your collection, these are all great choices to go with. So now let's jump up to the next tier. This next tier that you see, all of these dolls are between the $100 to $500 mark. So let's talk about each one. First up, this is a ruby red Sibley. This was a Y2K special edition doll, and she's really cute. Ruby Red has a lot of different offerings. This is just one example of what they have. She is one of my favorite ones they've ever done because Y2K that's the year I graduated high school, and so this was a very nostalgic doll for me, and I just thought she was super cute. And they do have a really good lineup of diversity in their offerings, like I've said, so definitely check them out. I believe she was around $120, $130. This is another great doll for both collectors and for playline doll, but I really like it as like that in between when you're growing out of like playing with your dolls, but you still love your dolls. This is a great doll for that transitional period, I feel like. We also have Integrity Toys. So some of you here probably are really familiar with Integrity Toys. Now, they do have a lot of designers and creators of color on their staff. They release some of the most gorgeous dolls you have ever seen. This is one that I have from the Stay Tuned collection, and I am sorry I cannot remember her name to save my life. But anyway, they do a lot of really beautiful dolls. They have articulated arms and legs. They're about Barbie size, so they're a fashion doll, but they're a little bit smaller. They're in that like Barbie size. They're real thin, but they come with like nice detailed outfits, and they're really gorgeous dolls, and I think they're really a great addition to your collection if you like this sort of doll. Now, next in the playline sort of realm, we have American Girl. Now, American Girl has really been upping their diversity and their inclusion, I think, standards. I don't know if that's the right word, but they've been doing a lot of great dolls lately. So first of all, this is McKenna. She's from the World by Us line, and I really love this doll. I actually went and bought her the day they released her. Now, I say they're in the $100 to $500 range. They did put her on sale. They had some specials like right around Christmas, and she was on sale for less than $100. So depending on, you can watch the sales. But they did a World by Us series of dolls, and she's one of them. And I just think, I thought she was gorgeous. The day she came out, I drove to American Girl, because there's an American Girl store near me, and I bought her because I do love her. The next doll that I got to show you guys here this is a different mold. Now, these are what I would call faithfully sculpted dolls. So these are not dolls that they just took white vinyl or like, vanilla colored vinyl and poured it. Let's rewind. This is not where they took a white mold and just poured a chocolate colored like vinyl in there. They actually like sculpted the doll to be unique, and they did that with all three of these sculpts. So I forgot to point that out, but I call that faithful representation. They did a faithfully representative job with these dolls, and so I really appreciate that. Now, this is the Addie mold. This is the first kind of faithful representation mold they did. This is a create your own. I created this doll they have a create your own like app on the American Girl website where you can choose skin tone, hair color, all this. I actually designed her after an actress who I really thought was very striking. So she looks like an actress from Willow. So anyway, the Willow series that came out. So American Girl has a lot of really cool offerings, and like I said, they've really stepped their game up. Now, the next one I want to talk about is Smart Doll. Smart Doll is based out of Japan, and right now the exchange rate with Japan is really good, so you can honestly get these dolls for around $400 right now. Now, this is an anime style doll, and they call their vinyls beverages, and this one is called cocoa. So they have cocoa, tea, cinnamon, but this is their cocoa vinyl, and she's anime style. They do have some better, like more faithful representative sculpts in what they call their semi-real line, so you can check those out on their website. These are really great dolls. I have her kneeling because she towers above, like if I stand her up, she towers above the other dolls. Now, these dolls they were designed for adults. They're like fashion dolls, like a 1/3 fashion doll, but they have become really popular with kids. So kids that you'll see, kids that are really responsible will end up getting one of these dolls, and they're really, really cool, fun to dress. And the mission of the founder of Smart Dolls is to increase diversity, inclusion, and kind of do things that aren't really done. For example, he released just recently a Smart Doll Pear Body, which is a more plus size curvy body for these dolls. And there's not a doll like this, or there wasn't previously a doll in this sort of style in that sort of shape before. And so I really applaud his commitment to doing that. So I really think that's cool. So I love Smart Dolls. If you're unfamiliar with them, go over to my channel, and there is a whole Smart Doll playlist you can check out, and you can learn more about them. Now, next up is Palorena. Now, depending on where you live in the world, okay, you can probably get a Palorena doll for under $100. This one has been customized though. She's been painted by an artist. She's had her eyes redone, and there's a lot of differences with her. She's on an articulated body. They are a little bit more expensive to get in the US just because we have to get them shipped in from Europe, from Spain. They're made in Spain. But I really think they're such lovely dolls, and Palorena they're really high quality dolls. They have a gorgeous scent. One of the things about Spanish dolls is they have this vanilla scent, all the dolls that are made in Spain, and it is just intoxicating. I just love it. My husband tells me, don't smell that because it's chemicals, but I love it. But anyway, so those are Palorena. Next up, we have Brains and Beauty doll. This is Kari. Brains and Beauty is Black owned and created, so that's really cool. This doll says words of affirmation, although mine is dead, like her batteries are gone. But one thing I like about these dolls is that they do have natural hairstyles. The other thing I really like about these dolls, as I mentioned before with Zoe, they have the vinyl chest plate. So like this dress, this is an American Girl dress for Courtney. So if I put this on an American Girl, it's a cloth body that shows here. But this dress on this doll with that vinyl, and the vinyl is beautifully done. Like it's a beautiful like subtle sculpt there. I think it's so gorgeous on her, and as a collector, I really appreciate that. She is made to be a child's doll to, you know, fill the need for more diverse dolls for children, you know, because representation does matter. It's very important, and I think that, you know, these dolls are great. They have 2 other molds for these dolls. This is the one that I ended up adding to my collection. So, but their words of affirmation are great. They're like, I am beautiful, I'm smart, you know, different things like that. Brains and beauty. Unfortunately, her batteries are dead, so I cannot show you that. And I would be remiss if I did not mention one of the stars of the virtual convention, Miss Nema herself. And Robert Tonner has done a gorgeous job sculpting her. I love the different hairstyles they've been making available for Nema. They are just stunning, and there's so many different choices. And I'm just so happy to have such a gorgeous fashion doll to add to my collection. I really love this size fashion doll because to me they're a little bit easier to dress than like the Barbie sort of size. They're easier to dress, and they're just kind of like, they feel good in your hands because they're kind of bigger, and you know, they're more tactile and things like that. So I really love and appreciate that about these dolls. But I think I just love Nema. I really do. I really love Nema. Robert Tonner, of course, did Lizette years ago, and she's really pretty as well. I don't have one of those though. So Nema is available. It's going to be available here at the virtual convention. So make sure that you're paying attention for that, which if you're watching this video, you already are, since this is part of the Toast to 2024. But I just love Nema. I think she's so gorgeous. And I'm not sure what the price point on her is, but she's going to be in that $100 to $500 price point range. She's definitely a design for collectors doll and not a playline doll. But again, I think she could be one of those dolls if you've got a child that's kind of shifting out of playing with their dolls but still likes their dolls. This could be a really great doll for that because they have the articulation, they have a lot of clothing, and that's one of the ways that you can play with dolls when you get older, by like changing clothes and changing looks. So now that you've seen all these, let's move up to the final tier of dolls. All right, so we're at our final tier, which is 500 and over. Now these are all one-of-a-kind artist dolls that artists have spent time creating, and they're not mass-produced dolls. So where the dolls you saw before are more mass-produced, maybe not mass-produced, but they're produced in more like larger batches, these dolls are not produced that way. So I'm going to start with this doll. This doll is called Cotton. She is by a black artist named George from House of Babes, so you can follow him on Instagram, and he does the most beautiful, beautiful dolls. He came out recently with a male sculpt as well. I'm not a big male doll collector, so I didn't add that one to my collection, but I have 3 of his dolls, and this is the newest one I have. I just love her. I think she's so gorgeous. I think he's such an incredible artist. He painted her, he made her wig, and he's wonderful. He's wonderful to work with. I've met him in person, and he was really, really nice. Really, really love him. But I think she's just a gorgeous doll. She is going to be up there in that more expensive category because of the time that goes into sculpting the doll, the expense that goes into having the doll cast, the time that goes into the hand painting of each little detail. Like, these features are not screened on in a factory. He hand paints all the tips. Look at all the little blue tips on her nails. Look at the detail in her face. He hand painted all of that. He created her wig. So these dolls do cost quite a bit more, and every one of them that I'm going to talk about is, but I think she's just a stunningly gorgeous doll by an amazing artist. I love him so much, and he's fantastic. His dolls are fantastic, and so I definitely wanted to show that one to you guys. Next up, I have got a wooden doll. So wood as a doll medium is like, gosh, I just love it. It's one of my favorites. Wood has this warmth to it. It has this soul to it when you touch it. It has a heft to it. I love wooden dolls. They are, oh gosh, they might be my favorite. I don't know. I say that about every doll. Oh, this is my favorite. No, this is my favorite. I love these dolls very much. This is by an artist called Lorena from Lavandei Pupe. She is Romanian, and I actually asked her to do this doll for me. She had not done a black doll before, and I was just really happy with the results, and she has done a lot more since then. She does a fantastic time with a fantastic job, excuse me. Maybe she has a fantastic time while she's doing it too, but she does a fantastic job of carving the dolls, and each doll is unique. She doesn't carve 2 dolls the same, which I'm going to kind of talk about that in a minute with another wooden doll, but each one of her dolls has unique features because she's hand carving every one, and she's not sticking to any mold or pattern. So I really love that about her dolls. They're truly one of a kind. Now, her dolls have a very long wait list at this point. So she is probably at 3 years or so. So my advice to people is, people are constantly asking me if they can buy mine, but mine are not for sale. My advice to you is, if you see one on the secondary market, snap it up, because the wait is quite long for her dolls. It's worth it. It is absolutely worth it. She's a fantastic artist, but the wait is a little bit long for them. But that is Lavender Poupées, and she just does a remarkable job with these dolls. Next up, I have Laura from Brazilian artist Tatiana Tofaneto, and this is one of the first actual fashion dolls in resin that I ever fell in love with. I saw this doll in person. This doll was an award winner. Saw it in person at a doll show in Orlando, and I couldn't stop thinking about her. Up until that point, the BJDs I had collected were all like more immature BJDs, and then I saw her and I was like, I have to have that doll. I left the show, couldn't stop thinking about her, and then contacted the artist and bought her because I really, I was obsessing over her. I couldn't stop. She's, to this day, one of the most beautiful dolls I've ever seen in my life. I absolutely adore her so much. Next up, another one of my all-time favorites is Katara by Canadian artist Kim Arnold. I think this doll is just stunning. Now, Kim, this is my favorite doll of Kim's. I have a lot of Kim's dolls. Her company is called Trinket Box Dolls. This doll is just, when she released the first photos of this sculpt, I just thought she was just so beautiful. I think she just did this is a masterpiece. I just love this doll so much, and I think she's so gorgeous. I don't really know what else to say about her, but I just think the sculpting is beautiful. She's such a beautiful doll. I'm going to skip ahead to this doll because this is also by Kim Arnold. This is her doll Amara. Another beautiful doll, and she does, you can see she does more than one size. She actually has 3 sizes, this size, and there's an even smaller one. The smaller one is actually going to be under $500, but these sizes are going to be over they're going to be over $500. So, but I just think she does a great job with the facial sculpts. I just think they're gorgeous. I really, really, really do. And then last, we're going to talk about Pongratz. So some of you here may be familiar with Pongratz dolls already. I was able to add this beauty to my collection maybe in 2022. I, again, love wooden dolls. Now, one thing about Pongratz is all their faces are exactly the same, okay? So unlike when you have this wooden doll where, Lorena is hand carving the facial features and they're all different from doll to doll, Pongratz has an A face, a B face, and a C face, and that's it. They're all the same. I think this is the B face, if I'm remembering correctly. But I do think she's really pretty. I love the wig that they chose for her. I just think she's a really gorgeous doll. And again, I love wooden dolls. So for me, and I like to have, one thing about me is that I like to have the diversity in my collection. I find it important to me. I really enjoy, I think it's, it just makes your collection more beautiful and more well-rounded. And for me, I think diversity and inclusion is important. Representation matters. I think it is so important that we have dolls out there that are representative of all types of people. And so I'm very happy that Rachel asked me to do this video so that I could show you a sampling from my collection of what I do have. Now, if you want to learn more about these different types of dolls, you can check my YouTube channel. I have a playlist called World Celebration of Black Dolls. Also check the In the Doll World podcast, where they feature lots of different artists and creators, and it's just an amazing podcast. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I will send Rachel a list of links so that you can check out all of the creators that I have mentioned in this video. I hope you guys enjoy, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.